Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford, Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news, update, and information, including your Bronco and Bronco Sport information on a Wednesday. And today I'm kind of inside, not going outside. Not a lot of inventory for one. But for two, I want to cover a couple changes to both the Bronco and Bronco Sport for job 2. Well, actually, Bronco Sport is not for job 2. It's more for like job 3. But something for the Bronco for job 2, which is going to be happening for starting with September production dates, which should start happening now. They haven't updated the order guide yet, but they did give us some of the information of what is included in some of the changes this week. And so I want to share those with you guys. Now, if you like information like this, make sure you subscribe with the bell notification turned on so you don't miss any of this video. So I'm going to talk about this. First off, we're going to talk about let's talk about Bronco Sport first. There's a couple major changes to the order guide that I talked about last night on live stream. And one of them is that the freewheeling edition has been removed from the order guide as of July 1st. So that means you cannot order a freewheeling edition of the Bronco Sport from here until the end of the model year. We don't know what it's going to look like for 26, if it's coming back or not, but we won't be able to order those. I have one actually right outside my office right here that in a gray that's here. So if you're looking for one, needing one of those, you're probably going to need to find one at the dealer lot. So anyway, so that is something I noticed. They removed freewheeling options, the freewheeling wheel out of the wheel page, and a bunch of other stuff on the most current order guide. Something else that's been added to the order guide just yesterday is that there's a new optional wheel available for the Big Bend. Now, it's not a new wheel to the Big Bend or to the Bronco in general. It's a wheel that's available right now, but requires a package. That wheel and that requires the Black Diamond off-road package. So the wheel that's standard on the Black Diamond off-road package is a standalone option wheel for the Big Bend. So if you want a Big Bend, you like that wheel, then you can order that wheel with a Big Bend without having to go up to the Black Diamond package. Not sure yet. I didn't see that it included any kind of tire to go along with it, but I'll note it up there if I did find it. But I'd assume it's going to come with an all-terrain tire as well that you get as part of that package, which is a Continental all-terrain tire, but it's a lot better than an all-season tire, right? So anyway, so that's a change, a couple different changes that are happening. So if you're out there want to order from here to the end of the year, it looks like you're going to be able to get that optional wheel. I think the main reason they did that on Bronco Sport is that we do know that the tire that is standard on the Big Bend is also part of the Heritage Edition, is also the same tire they put on the Maverick XL and XLT standard. And so for that reason, that tire there is in really, really short supply. And so this is a great way for them to be able to add this. They did this with the Maverick last year, where they allowed you to add an optional FX4 wheel with that tire to kind of alleviate some of that pain point and for dealers to be able to use their allocation. So this is happening. So that's a great step for them to do that. Now let's move on and talk about the Bronco changes for job 2, which again is not on the order guide yet. Probably happen within the next week or so. I think they've pretty much balanced out for job 1 for the Bronco, and job 2 production will be for those September build dates. So that'll be it's happening. They haven't scheduled those. Those should start scheduling starting next or in about a week. The week of the 14th is probably going to be the first week they're going to start scheduling for September build dates for job 2. So here are some changes for job 2. One of them is to the Raptor only. It is a new rear view mirror. So it is like it's some sort of and I don't have my notes in front of me on that mirror, but it's supposed to be the backup camera mirror is going to come up on that instead of just on the screen, but also on that mirror. So you look up to the rear view mirror, you can't really see over that tire, right? So it's supposed to be up there so that you can be able to see that more clear and crisp in the rear view camera or in the rear view mirror. So that's, I don't know, maybe that's a big deal to some people, but it looks like they're going to introduce it the last part of this year on the Raptor. So I'll see if it's a success. People like it, want to order it. It's going to be a standalone option. Then maybe they're going to roll it out in 26 model year to the rest of the lineup. We'll just have to see. The other change, the big change, is they are now going to go back on the Big Bend and the Badlands and removing the mid package from those equipment, from those trim levels. So now, and they're lowering the price as well. I think the XLT or the big XLT, The Big Ben is lowering like $1,500 in price, the cost of that package. So they're not going. I was like, man, I sure hope they don't keep the price the same and then just make it to where you have to add that. They did. They actually lowered it. So it's going to be the Big Ben, standard Big Ben. That is your equipment group 221A is going to be about $1,500 less than it currently is right now. And then you would have to add the Big Ben or that option 222A if you want that for the Big Bend. They're doing the same thing with the Badlands, but it's going to be more of a cost savings on the Badlands because it does have two options on there as part of that package that we don't see on the Big Bend. And I'm going to go over those in just a second. That one's like about $1,625, I believe, is going to be the cost savings there if you go with the standard Big Bend, which is that option 321A, I believe. And if you want the mid package with yours like it currently is, then make sure that you have that option 322A. Now, because if you have an unscheduled order in there, you won't need to change that if you currently want the mid package, because you already have that equipment group that hasn't changed from that, because it was those equipment groups, those PEP codes were already right. So if you're somebody, though, that says, I don't need the mid package on mine, you'll want to talk to your dealer and have them switch that PEP code over to that 221A or to the 321A option. So now let's go through this on these packages. And most of this equipment is the same on both the Big Bend and the Badlands. There's two options that I did notice going through the order guide that are also on the mid package for the Badlands. And that's probably what the cost difference is, why it's $125 or something more. All right. So first of all, part of that mid package is where you get your intelligent access with the lock and unlock. So it's going to be the front doors and your rear hatch in the back, or your rear door. The fifth door is what Ford likes to call it, a swing gate, I guess. And so that's going to unlock that. Key fob in your pocket, it's going to automatically unlock it. If you do that, press a little button right there on on those doors, and it'll lock it up for you as well. We already had push button start as standard equipment, even on the base, but the intelligent access will be added. Connected navigation. You get 1 year connected navigation included with this. So you're going to have connected nav, giving you live traffic, predictive destinations, route guidance, and all that stuff. Dual zone climate. So instead of single zone, you get the dual zone climate. So the driver and front passenger have two different temperatures. I like to call this the marriage saver, right? Left side and right side can have two different temperatures. So I like to say that, but my wife and I usually keep ours together. All right. Also, we do have the front row heated seats are included with this, especially on these with the cloth seats like the Big Ben. That's going to warm those seats up really fast for you. And that'll be included with your remote start. So speaking of that, remote start system on the automatics also is included as part of this package. So whether you use you can use the app to remote start, and you can use the heated seat features when it's on that auto setting. But with the remote as well, it'll remote start. So you have that remote start on the remote. Also, we do also have, as part of this, the illuminated sliding vanity mirrors. So the visors come down, mirrors on the back side of those that are illuminated. So that is also included in part of this package. The power outlet that's positioned behind the console. Power outlet, 110 outlet, you can plug that in. And so there you go. So, and I think that is limited to 150 watts. I will say that because my wife tried plugging something in and it stopped working after she plugged it in for a second or two. So I'm like, well, evidently you're drawing more than 150 watts. So anyway, then we do have the rear parking sensors. So as you're backing up, you already have the rear view camera standard equipment. Those sensors are gonna alert you if you get too close to anything. Remote start, and then Copilot 360 features. So there are going to be a couple different features here as part of this. You're already get auto high beams. That's included in this package. You're also getting the pre-collision assist with the pedestrian detection, forward collision warning, and dynamic brake support. All that's included. Rear view camera already included as part of the Copilot 360. What you get as part of this package, though, is you also get the lane keeping system. That includes the alert, the aid, and the driver alert. So driver alert's going to alert you if you take your hands off the steering wheel too often. The alert system for the lane keeping will let you leave your lane, but vibrate the steering wheel when you leave your lane. And the aid system will try to keep you in your lane. It does have to see those lines. So this is a driver assistance feature, not autonomous driving. And those are all things can be activated and deactivated. Like I deactivate driver alert. I don't want the system to know I take my hands off the steering wheel too often. Anyway, so that's how that works. And also you get the bliss with cross traffic alert. So that's that blind spot information system. So if there's someone in your blind spot, it's going to put a light in the corner of that mirror and let you know it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. If you're backing up, it uses those same sensors. Someone's going to cross your path behind you. It's going to alert you, put it up on the screen, someone behind you, even on the screen, it'll show you what direction they should be coming from. And so that way you don't back up into them there as well. So that's all part of the mid package for the Big Bend as well as the Badlands. But I did notice the Badlands also gets one other feature that that the Big Bend does not get as part of the mid package according to the order guide, and that is the auto dimming rear view mirror. So you don't have that lever there on the rear view mirror, so it's going to automatically dim that mirror, which is funny because I could have swore that was also on my Bronco in 21, but I think they might have removed it for 25 model year. But on the Badlands, you get that. And originally we thought maybe this was going to be like the heated steering wheel was no longer going to be standard equipment, but we really don't know until the order guide comes out for sure if that's going to be an added option or not. But we'll just have to see. But according to what the order guide says now, because on the standard equipment page for both of these does list the mid-package equipment on there. You can see that. So we know what's included in that package for the Big Bend, as well as what's included as part of that package for the Badlands. And you can see I kind of noted, I actually noted two, but I did see my error on one of them. Is that auto dimming rear view mirror that's on this one on the Badlands, but it's not on the Big Bend. I thought the rear parking sensors were not on the Big Bend, but when I went through it, I did find it. So so there you go. So maybe $100 for the auto dimming rear view mirror is what the difference is for those two packages. So there you go. There's our changes for job 2 that we know of. And I don't know if there's going to be any price differences or anything, but not some too significant changes, but it's just some things to note. So especially if you're wanting to save $1,500 and those features don't matter to you, you can do that on the Big Bend and the Badlands for job 2, starting with September production dates. And also, again, I said it earlier, but if you have an order in with your local dealer and you already want the mid package, you don't have to do anything to your order. But if you're somebody that, hey, you know what, I don't need that mid package, go to your dealer and ask them to change that PEP code once it's available. It's not available yet. I'll keep you guys updated when it is. Then you want to go and have them change that PEP code to either the 221A for the Big Bend or that 321A for your Badlands. That's all I have for you for this week. Hope you guys are having a great week, enjoying your Broncos. Kick that top back in this nice summer heat. Enjoy some wind in your hair, and hopefully remove those panels on those hard tops and enjoy it. And let me know down below. Are you a doors on or off during the summer? Do you take those doors off? Let me know, because I'd like to know. I'm curious. Anyway, other than that, make sure to subscribe, bell notification turn on so you don't miss any of these videos. Until the next one, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.